What's up YouTube, this is part 2 of my refurb video. So what I did was I left it last night having sanded it down. So I woke up this morning just with the intention of looking over it again, giving it one last quick sand in preparation for the primer. Let's get this finished and then start masking up. Right guys, so the alloy's all masked up, ready to go. I'm going to give it my first light coat of primer. Try and stay on the areas that need the primer rather than, because the idea is I'm going to try and fade it in over here and use some sanding to just fade in the primer. So yeah, here goes. This is a high fill primer. It's used after the sanding phase to fill any sort of remaining scratches that are left over. I know what you're going to say, it's yellow, but I did a test to see if the silver covered it, and it did, so I continued. In hindsight, I'd probably use a grey normal primer after the high fill primer, but in this case I continued on. That's it, coat one done, leave that to dry. Okay, last coat of primer. That's it, primer sorted. I'll wait for it to dry. If my patience will hold out, I'll wait till tomorrow. Otherwise it'll be later today, but most likely going to wait till tomorrow and then sand that down, make it nice and flat, and get ready for painting. My aim here is to get the high primer flat, because I want to feel that it's one, smooth, ready for the paint, and two, that I've blended it into the original paintwork so that I don't get any lines once the paint goes on.
New Zealand in the rugby in the final. This ain't a regional thing, ladies and gentlemen. Being married, because I get to do things like I go on what I call married dates, man. And I love married dates. Because you can say stuff on a married date that you can't say on no first date.
Right, so now I'm just going to scuff down a whole wheel using 800 grit sandpaper. The idea is that we're going to clear coat the whole wheel so we get a nice smooth finish. We're not going to try and blend in the clear coat to the old stuff, the original stuff. So nice clean finish, got to clear coat the whole wheel. As we did before with the primer, start off with a light coat, a tack coat, so that the next layers have something to stick to. So onto the last coat. Now you'll see me using a torch. I was working in my shed, the light is really poor, but I recommend, you know, if you want a decent finish, either get your torches out or make sure you're in a place with really good lighting. The shed is the best I had, so you've got to work with what you got. Right guys, so here's the rim after 3 coats of colour. I got interrupted in between coats, so when I came back there was a slight kind of coverage of dust, so I just used a tack cloth and just ran it over the rim really lightly just to pick up any rubbish before I put the last coat on. I'm really happy with it, it's looking good. I just kind of used a spray to blend it into the colour that was already there, and I'm going to leave it to dry tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to put on a clear coat. Right guys, so it's the next day. I've left the base coat to dry, and now it's time for the clear coat, so I'm going to put a quick tack layer down, which is just a really light spray across the whole wheel, and then I'm going to wait 15 minutes and do the next coat, and then we'll do a third coat finally to finish. Right guys, with a clear coat you have to go on nice and thick, so first of all put the light first coat down, then with the second coat, don't be scared, go on thick, use the light, keep an eye on the paint. As you can see in the video, you can see where the gloss shine comes up. That's what you're looking for, then you know it's on right. If you spray it on lightly like we did with the colour, it won't come out like that factory finish. Alright, so nice and thick with the gloss, don't be scared, it won't drip. Just keep an eye on it, you'll see it kind of do an orange peel effect, and then all of a sudden it'll go nice and thick. That's when you stop and move on to the next bit. I had some trouble with my sort of second, third wheel where it looked like it had a matte effect to it, but what I found out was that I just hadn't put on enough gloss. So don't be scared, nice and thick. So this is the first look at the finished product straight out of my shed. And I'm really happy with it. So this side here is the bad side, and the original side. Colour match is really good, and I have to say the difference between, well, I can't spot a difference. So this is the final result, a nice thick reflective clear coat. Like I said, the only problems I had was when I put the clear coat on too thin, then it looked matte. If that happens to you, just go back, the next coat, spray on nice and thick, you won't have to sand it down again, and you should get the same finish that I've got. Hope you enjoyed the video.